Stand firm, lead bold. A battle cry for life and business. There's a moment in every leader's life, whether you're leading a company, a church, a creative team, or just your own future, when the noise gets loud and the foundation gets shaky. People look to you for clarity. Pressure mounts, culture shifts beneath your feet. And in the middle of it all, you're asking yourself one honest question. How do I stay true when everything around me is trying to change me? Paul knew that tension. And in 1 Corinthians 16:13, he didn't sugarcoat it. He gave the Corinthian church a final charge before signing off, a spiritual leadership manifesto wrapped in one power-packed verse. Be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong. Зрение. Первое послание к Коринфянам. 16:13. Новое переводное летописное толкование. These aren't just religious words. They're the blueprint for resilient living and value-driven leadership. They're the kind of words that, if you let them, can shape how you show up in every room, boardroom, living room, or prayer room. Let's unpack them. Stay awake to what's forming you. Paul starts with, be on your guard. Why? Because spiritual attacks don't come wearing name tags. The drift doesn't scream, it whispers. And most people aren't defeated by one big fall. They're worn down by 1,000 small compromises. You don't lose your passion for purpose in one meeting. It's that slow erosion when deadlines matter more than values, when being busy matters more than being grounded, when profit shouts louder than people, and before you know it, your faith or your why is sleepwalking. In life and leadership, this means becoming ruthlessly attentive. What's shaping your thinking, your decisions, your daily rhythms? Is it your calling or your calendar? Is it conviction or culture? Great leaders, spiritual and professional, build internal watchtowers. They don't just guard what they're building, they guard what's building them. Stand firm, the non-negotiables of your soul. Next, Paul says, stand firm in the faith. This isn't about being stubborn, it's about being anchored. Think about a tree during a storm. The branches bend, the leaves may fly, but what keeps it from falling is what's beneath the surface. What are your roots gripping onto? In Corinth, the church had let immorality slide to keep the peace. Sound familiar? In today's business world, we dress compromise up with words like collaboration or innovation. But sometimes what's really happening is fear. Fear of losing influence, customers, or approval. Paul's challenge is this. Don't bend your principles to match the moment. Stand firm in the faith, not just your faith, but the faith, the gospel, the truth, the mission. For business leaders, this means creating a non-negotiable culture that values people over politics, truth over optics, and integrity over image. If one person is allowed to operate in dishonor, everyone feels the ripple effect. Because culture isn't built by mission statements, it's built by what you tolerate. Lead with courage when it's easier to comply. Then Paul hits the heart. Be courageous. The original Greek phrase is military. Act like men, meaning act with maturity, strength, and resolve. Courage isn't about chest beating or brash leadership. It's about standing firm when you want to shrink. It's doing the hard thing when the easy thing would be applauded. Courage in your spiritual life means standing for truth when others laugh it off. Courage in your business life means speaking up when silence would be safer. It means launching the thing, asking the question, having the conversation, or owning the mistake, even if it costs you something. Here's the deal. If your leadership never feels risky, it might not be courage. It might be comfort wearing a mask. Courage is often quiet, but it's never passive. Strength is not optional, it's required. Finally, Paul says, be strong. This strength isn't about hype. It's not about personality type or being type A. It's about spiritual stamina, drawing strength not from yourself, but from the Spirit of God. It's the kind of strength that shows up after the motivation runs out. It's perseverance, grit, grace under pressure. In business, this looks like staying steady when others panic. It's navigating seasons of uncertainty without selling out to fear. It's knowing that what you're building matters, so you endure. You can't outsource strength. You can build a team. You can delegate tasks. But internal fortitude, that's yours to cultivate. And the good news? God isn't asking you to conjure up strength. He's offering His. See Ephesians 6:10. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Anchor points for the journey ahead. From today's reflection and devotion, here are 5 anchor points you can carry into every meeting, conversation, and crossroads. Keep watch over your life, your community, your choices. This isn't micromanagement. It's spiritual and emotional leadership. Please God, not people. This is the line that separates reactive leadership from righteous influence. Courageously use your gifts. You weren't given your strengths to sit on the sidelines. God fights for you. Whatever the battle, you don't go in alone. The Spirit is with you. With every decision, every moment of resistance, and every stand you take, you're backed by the presence of the living God. This is the moment, from reflection to action. So let me ask you, where are you being called to stay spiritually awake instead of drifting through autopilot? Where do you need to stand firmer in values, relationships, and decisions? What courageous move have you been putting off because comfort is louder than conviction? And where do you need God's strength right now to finish what He started in you? You don't have to figure this out perfectly, but you do need to step. This is a verse for movers, not watchers. For builders, not drifters. For leaders who understand that living and leading with conviction is never convenient, but always worth it. Stand firm, lead boldly, and remember, this isn't just a battle cry. It's a call to become who you were created to be.